Hey you guys, welcome back to Michael Claire to Arts. Today we're going to be doing something that we've done in the past. Obviously, this is a drawing channel, so we will be drawing at some point in this particular video, as noted by the thumbnail. However, also noted in the thumbnail, we will be reviewing a lamp. You guys know that I typically will review products on this channel that apply specifically to the illustration and artist environment, whether it's digital, whether it's traditional, you know, as long as it applies to some aspect of the drawing experience or art creation experience, I have no problem reviewing the product. Case in point, I've reviewed, quick key remotes, I reviewed tablets, I've reviewed tables, whatever is applicable to the illustration environment and make your workflow better. And that is why the people over there at Lepower or Lepower contacted me and said, hey, we've got a desktop lamp that really we think would be really cool on your channel and we'd like you to review it. So they sent me the product and I said, sure. Actually, I responded, sure. Let's see. I was kind of trepidatious at first about doing it because I'm like, oh, it's a lamp. You turn it on, you turn it off. You turn it on, you turn it off. You use the light to see and draw with, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But you guys know, those of you that draw, especially whenever you're doing things that involve color, color correctness, color temperature, color accuracy, you know, those things really matter, especially in my environment whenever I'm reviewing toys and you have to use Pantone colors and you have to color match and do things that are accurate. Having the proper lamp, having the proper light source is important, and the ability to change the temperature of that light source. So this particular lamp, the Lepower LP-YY09D, I guess, it says eye protection desk lamp. So here's the box for it right here. So if you know, I don't have a cheat sheet on the left-hand side here looking at it, but eye protection. Eye protection is one of those things that we really forget about, especially whenever we're looking at computers or tablets, or we're drawing for a long time. Back in the old days, whenever, we had to draw with a pencil, the light source that we utilized was mostly for fluorescent. That's a word that didn't come out easily. Sorry about that. Fluorescent lighting was inexpensive at the time, and it's less on the energy bill. And then we transitioned into LED lights, light emitting diodes, which you can change the temperature. And that's important because fluorescents are typically really not green, they're blue. And blue light tends to strain our eyes as human beings. You know, they make specific glasses. I'm actually wearing some right now that filter out blue light. And, they're called computer glasses. And this lamp, you have the ability to change the temperature of the bulb as needed. So that's really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it, of course. That's part of the process. And then we're going to get into the actual review of the lamp itself. Then I'm going to do a drawing showing the lamp. It's going to be, I guess, kind of, I don't want to say boring, but, the lamp in action. It's an action lamp. But I think that you'll understand why I agreed to review this particular product. The sketch that I do is going to be on time-lapse, and I'll probably do a short narration over it. It took me about 15 to 18 minutes to do the drawing, and we're going to definitely have some fun today. So enjoy the process. And here we are. So as far as lamp packaging goes, this is pretty simple, right? You don't have a color depiction of the unit on the outside. It's just black and white. Well, not black and white, it's black on cardboard. The company, of course, is Lepower. Now, the wonderful people over there at Lepower contacted me because they thought that this particular desk lamp might be applicable to my environment. A lot of you guys know I do traditional drawing. I'm actually at my traditional drawing desk right now. And they said, you know what, let's go ahead and see if he'd be interested. And I thought, you know what, I could probably review the lamp and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on how the experience was. So as far as the unboxing goes, I mean, it's not too much to tell here, basically. It's just going to be a lamp on the inside. One of the things that I always say about unboxings is I'm not a huge fan of the actual you know, sitting down and talking about it. It is kind of a personal experience for me because I am a package designer. I'm also a toy designer and product illustrator, product designer. So I know that a lot of thought went into designing this particular package because it has to house the unit, it has to protect the unit, it has to display the unit. It has, you know, on the sides, it shows the features. Very simple. So let's go ahead and slide the unit out of its house, proverbial house. Make sure we got everything. We do. Here's the unit. It's got a protective sleeve to make sure it doesn't get jostled around in shipment. Okay. Here's a desiccant. For those of you who don't know what this is, the silica gel desiccant is there for moisture. It gets rid of the moisture that sometimes happens inside of packaging. Moisture gets trapped. So here is the user manual. You're like, what do I do, brah? It's a lamp. I just plug it in and it's a lamp. It's on my desk. It feels good. You know, everything's bagged nice. There's a little recycle symbol on everything. Got our power supply there. I always like to look on the back of the power supply to make sure, and this one actually does not. This has something called the ETL, which probably has to do with Europe and United States. The UL, which is the laboratories, the electronic laboratories that test certain things. Or is it CL? UL, Underwriter's Laboratory. It's called the Underwriter's Laboratory. And whenever you see the Underwriter's Laboratory stamp on the back of something, you know that it went through rigorous testing to certain standards that they uphold. And the only way that they can get that stamp is if they passed it. This has something called an ETL, which probably has to do with the European version. So, made in China, caution, risk of electric shock. Don't put your mouth on it. Pretty simple. Okay, then we get to the desk lamp user manual. Okay, so it's got one desk lamp, one adapter, and one user manual. Pretty simple. It shows you the features from the timing. Certain lamps made today have timing features to where you can set the timer on them. They will go off by themselves. It's got a memory for certain features that you set. So depending on the color brightness, the warmth, and it goes through and it tells you this. It's got a brightness bar, which is pretty cool. So you can slide back and forth. Timing touch indicators indicates when the lights will be on. It'll turn off after 20, 40, or 60 minutes, which is very handy dandy in case you leave the studio and you don't want your lights on. You can save energy. It's got a memory button, long touch until the brightness bar flashes 2 times. Now these are important things. You know, I talk about a lot of times sitting down and just not looking at the manual and taking this and throwing it to the side. And unfortunately, you wouldn't get all the features this particular lamp offers if you didn't read this. It says when started, the desk lamp can automatically revert to the last setting before you turned off the light. However, through touching the memory button, it will revert to the mode you set with that particular button. So it indicates that it only has one memory setting, which is fine. And then, of course, it shows you the different degrees of operation that it has. And great thing, it's got USB charging ports. Woo, USB charging ports. Jazz hands. All right, so unwrapping it, I can tell you right now, I'm a big fan of high quality items. This is an LED desk lamp, so you're not going to get a lot of heat from that particular bulb. On the inside, it's weighted at the bottom. So let's go ahead and unwrap this bad boy. Now, let's get rid of the plastic. Don't put that on your face. Wow. You can't see anything. Ha! So it's very nice. I mean, nice tension. Very nice tension. I'm feeling this and it feels like metal. One of the tests that I like to do whenever I don't know how something, whether or not it's metal, is I'll put my teeth on it. I don't know if you ever do that. You ever do that? You're like, I don't know what this is. Let me stick it in my mouth. No, I'm not going to do that today. So it doesn't turn left or right. You can turn the base for that. Here's the power port on the back. Here's the USB ports. Looks like out, 5 volts and 5 volts. So if you have a phone that you want to charge from your desk lamp on your desk, and then you can do that. So let's go ahead and let's look at the actuation. So if I want to look at something really tight, it's got a nice, goes around. That's nice. It's very tight. It's not loose. And I see screws in here, which is indicative of a higher quality item. It's not just pressed or riveted. One of the things that I don't see or don't like is you can't turn it like this. Pretty much all you're going to get is this. Okay, you're not going to get this. You're not going to get any of this. Okay, so you're not going to be able to turn the lamp this way or this way. I don't think so. I don't want to break it. So basically, it is probably a set and leave, right? You set and leave, which means you'll set it at one position, and depending on your needs, you will probably not need to change it all that much, because it only has really this actuation, and right here, it doesn't do any twisting, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but at the end of the day, it is not a deal breaker. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, power button. Oh my gosh! Oh, yes, it is bright. Oh my goodness gracious me. So let's go ahead and turn down the brightness. Oh, it's so cool. Is it even on? It's on. Wow. So let's go ahead and do full brightness again. Wow. And it's got a, let me see. Let me look here. Oh, and it's a cooler light. One, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60 minutes and off. Let's go ahead and bring that down. Let's bring it back up, and it's all touch. This, no switches, no buttons to push. This is all touch right here, which is very nice. I'm not seeing it go back to warm. Let's turn it off, and it fades out, which is nice. And it has an LED indicator showing that it is indeed plugged in. Let's go ahead and put it back on. Let's go all the way back down. Let's go all the way back up. All the way back down. Very nice. Wow. One thing that I'm confused about, it shows that's not a memory button. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I was confused. This is the memory button, which is fascinating because it says M on it. Let's go ahead back to our handy instructions. Let's go ahead and put down that brightness a little bit so I don't burn my retinas. Let's go ahead and open this up a little bit. Wow! Okay, so we're looking. Okay, so that is the memory right there. This is the color setting. Now, as a designer of products, my mental capacity would say M would equal memory. Right? I saw the letter M. It's got a memory setting, but that's not the memory setting. That is the temperature setting. So the way, for those of you who don't understand how light works, light, of course, is not only a wave, but it's also a particle. So you have different wavelengths of light that have different temperatures. The wavelengths travel at different distances. Case in point, that's why they use red for stop, because the red light travels a lot farther. So different temperatures of light will affect you different depending on your work environment. And what's nice is the fact that I can change the temperature of light. Warm, 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 cool. Warm, 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 warm. So you use a warmer light if, similar to your cell phone settings. If you have a cell phone that has a night setting, it's going to have a night setting that is yellow, and it's not going to hurt your eyes as much. That's why screens and certain LED screens will emit blue light, so you'll have glasses that will protect you from the blue light because it affects your eyes and your brain a different way at night. So that's really nice. So let's go ahead. Okay. Oh, see, that's really cool. So look, I can go full brightness. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. I can go full brightness. So let's go back. Let's go through the features here. So we're at, I call it the neutral setting. And the light bar is in the center. So let's go all the way down. So if I press that button right there, it'll go all the way to its least amount. If I press that button there, it goes to its maximum amount. So I'll go back. And I'm like, I don't like the least and I don't like the most. I want somewhere in the middle. So you just slide your finger. Look at that. That's really cool. Okay, so then I'm like, okay, so I like, but the blue light's just, it's disturbing me. It's looking into me. So we go a little bit warmer. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Now I can draw. Oh, that's very nice. So what's really cool too is if I'm filming, I can adjust the light. Like if I have a fluorescent, which is typically, fluorescents are typically blue. And if I have a natural light, which would, you know, nowadays you have LEDs, which are color corrected, I can actually utilize this to kind of balance and white balance things. So this is a really good lamp for that. And then we go all the way to the yellow and it's very cool. I'm not cool, very warm on the eyes and it just makes everything jump out a lot. So I'm very impressed with this lamp. Like I said, it doesn't turn left or right. It just actuates down. You know, if I have it to the side, and I just come down here, and maybe I'm drawing something. Let's grab one of my drawing books here. So nice. You know, and like if I'm taking photographs too, I can bring this up and out of the way. Okay, and I can have my camera facing down, and whenever it comes to photographs, you want the most natural light possible. So if I don't want this to be as yellow, I can come back, and now it's a lot blue. It's much bluer, so I can come back. So kind of in the middle. I'm gonna go maximum brightness. Very cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. So as far as having a power source on your desk, we're always jumbling for different, you know, and jockeying to plug stuff in. So one of the things that I've noted automatically in my brain, this technology, even though useful, is not really future-proof. Stuff like this, which is USB-C, I would have liked to seen one USB and one USB-C. That would have been ideal. You know, this particular technology is probably becoming outdated, so I would think about, you know, if you decide to purchase this lamp based upon this review, just note that it does not have USB-C. You would probably need a adapter or a dongle. That's always a fun word to say. So, Lepower. So, let's go ahead and do a wrap-up. And that's the unboxing of the Lepower, or Lepower. I think it's Lepower desktop lamp. This particular unit was provided to me by the manufacturer, and they contacted me, and I was very hesitant at first because I'm like, this is a drawing channel. What do I have to do? I don't have anything to do with, you know, commercial lighting or anything like that. But then I got to think about it. You know, we as artists are always looking for that solution to make our workflow a little bit better, a little bit easier. And I looked at the lamp because they sent pictures over and they wanted me to, you know, look at it and say, hey, since you reviewed quite a few other products, why don't you take a look at the lamp? And I said, okay. And based upon what I see, it's a great product. You know, are there other more stylish lamps out there? Probably. You know, there's a lot in this sliver of price demographic, right? Not price, of product demographic. You have a lot of lamps in the world. It depends on your need. Now, me, I like LEDs because obviously we can change the temperature of the lighting, and the footprint is not that big on the desk, and it has those USB charging ports, and I think that's important to note. You know, I've got computers, I've got a limited amount of charging, you know, capability in my office. I've got a limited amount of lights, light sockets. So this provides 2 more USB slots for my devices. Like I said, it doesn't have USB-C, which was a disappointment, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do, right? You know, we've held on to that technology for a long time. A lot of computers still use standard USB technology for not only charging but data transfer. Is the world going to go into a USB-C world? Probably in the next 3 years. I would think that a lot of until they release the next big connection, right? So what we're going to do, and this is something that I want to make sure you understand, is we are going to draw something today on this channel in this video. And I want to make sure you understand this is a drawing channel. This is not a product review channel. So I'm going to use this lamp exactly the way that I would if I was sitting down, you know, like I do typically in the morning, and I draw a warm-up drawing, you know. It's got a great spread of light. I don't know how many lumens. I didn't look inside of the documentation. I probably should do that. I'll probably do a narration over or something along those lines, because it is very bright. And it's got a metallic feel, which I think is really cool. It says metallic texture, which I'm not sure if maybe it's plastic on the inside and they've wrapped it with metal. But overall, it's an elegant lamp. It's not gaudy. It's not terrible looking. It looks like it's going to last. So let's go ahead and get to the drawing, and I'll stop talking. Here's my setup right here. I just wanted to show you guys what I was talking about in terms of desktop footprint. Pretty simple. Just going to do some sketching this morning of a cat, and hopefully we'll make it work. And this is the final drawing. Took me roughly about 15 minutes, 15 to 18 minutes to complete the drawing. The basic focus of this particular video is a review of the Lepower lamp, and I just wanted to say that it performed flawlessly. Of course, it is, after all, a lamp, and it did exactly as designed. The rated power of this particular unit is 18 watts. So if you are conscious of power usage, then that's, you want to take note of that. And also, the maximum brightness of this lamp is going to be 650 lumens. I don't know if that makes a difference to you or not, but it sometimes is good whenever I have a lot of light. Now, right now, it's not at its maximum, and I've got it programmed on a warm setting. And it's nice. It doesn't fatigue the eyes, and overall, it's just a really great unit. Okay, so I want to do a final wrap up and review of the Lepower desk lamp. On my screen, I've got the current listing for this particular lamp on Amazon. And I believe that's where I received it from. So if you decide that you're interested in this lamp, not only based on this review, but your need, you can go to Amazon.com, go ahead and look up Lepower, and this particular lamp or their store should come up. This device is specific to eye. The way it was listed whenever it was sent to me, it has to do with eye care. So if you look, you can see lamps for home office, desk light, lamp light with touch, and it basically goes through the prompts and all the features here in the description. You can see that they've got, this is pretty standard. We've all been on Amazon before, right? You can go through and you can see exactly all the little details, maximum luminosity, and they even have a little video right here, which is pretty cool. One of the things that, I think that, probably needs to be noted about this, among other different types of lamps, is eye care. Eye care is important. We are looking at so many devices throughout our day. We're looking at, not only our phones, but also, we're looking at computer screens, television screens, LED screens. All those things affect the way our light, or the way our eyes are seeing. You ask yourself at the end of the day, why are my eyes so tired? Why am I so tired? Why do I have a headache? Blah, blah, blah. And this lamp can hopefully alleviate some of those items. Currently, it's listed at $34.99. It's got a 13% discount. And if you have Prime through Amazon, you do have free shipping. If we go over and visit the Lepower store, you can see that they're very robust in terms of different light offerings. If this particular lamp doesn't fill your needs, you can go in and you can read reviews. I mean, look, they've got 8,000 reviews, 7,500 reviews, 400 reviews, 500 reviews. So whenever you have a company that has products listed on Amazon with a lot of reviews, go in and read some of them. See what people say. If it's got almost 5 stars at 8,000 reviews, let's click on this one really quick. Yeah, so this is a clip-on lamp. Switch control, 2 brightness modes, so on and so forth. It seems kind of mundane, especially in this world of computer tablets and computers, but whenever a traditional artist sits down, they want the products that they have to work, not only from pencils and pens, but the paper, the markers, the oil, whatever they're using. And they kind of forget that a lot of times the lamps and their lighting sources might cause them some distress, and if they get a finished painting and they love it in one light and they take it to another room, and then it's just off. So I would encourage you to do some research, not only for this particular device. If Lepower isn't something that you want to look at, definitely do some research, compare and contrast. That's what I'll do a lot of times. I'll compare and contrast products and see, based upon what they offer and the reviews and the price point. That's just smart shopping. Especially in this day and age of ordering something and not being able to feel it. That's a big deal. And that's why you have videos like me, and, not video like me, but a person like me that reviews the product from a objective point of view. They didn't pay me to do the video. They did provide the lamp, which is nice. I didn't have to pay for it. So I guess you could argue in one respect that, I did get a free lamp. but I'm not here to puff them up. So anyway, that's all I had for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and it gives you a little bit understanding of my channel as a whole, because, you know, whenever I review a product, I want to make sure I come at it from the viewpoint of an artist, a creative, somebody that, you know, creates images or objects or something that bring enrichment and enlightenment to your life. So thank you guys. Hopefully you like and subscribe and share, and we'll see you soon. Okay.